Hello, this is Chip from 5th Edition Visions, and I'm here to talk about cats. Cats and Magic the Gathering. No, not cats as in Andrew Lloyd Webber's wonderful musical, The Jellicle Cats, and T.S. Eliot poem. But no. We're talking about Cats and Magic the Gathering, mainly because Amonkhet is the latest set that's been released, and they have a very strong cat tribal theme. And it's exciting because this is something that will probably blossom as Standard progresses, as Hour of Devastation comes out, because there'll surely be more cats there, and we can see where this deck takes us. So I have just 4 white cards that I think will help us build a backbone of a Standard cat deck, and we'll go from there. But I'm excited about it because who doesn't like cats? I like white, but this deck has a lot of lifelink, which is always fun to play, simply because you know it's making your opponent frustrated. But it creates a lot of tokens, too, with the Embalm mechanic and some of the interactions. And I love tokens. I think it's a fantastic fantastic thing to play. So anyway, let's take a look here. Our first simple card is Sacred Cat, 1 white, lifelink, and you can Embalm it. So it's a 1/1, but remember that this will probably interact with a lot of other cards that have the tribal theme. So he could become a 2/2 or a 3/3 as the game progresses, and swinging in with that lifelink is going to be very advantageous to you. And then, of course, it's going to replace itself because you can Embalm it for a very inexpensive cost. You can get that 3/3 lifelinker right back on the board. So, great little card to start out. Next, we can look at Graceful Cat, which is 1 white, 2 generic. And when it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So that's a 3/3, 3/3 for 3, but it's conditional, so you know, not super great. But what's great about it is that it's a cat, so that's going to work to our advantage as the other cat tribals move into play, because it could come into a 3/3, a 4/4, you know, even a 5/5 later on. So you can't discount it because it will interact with the other cats. Next, we have the Regal Carousel, which is a cat, 2 whites and 3 generic. So this is what you need to glue everything together in your cat deck, because it's going to give your other cats +1, +1, and they have lifelink if they don't already have it. And that's going to be fantastic because that's going to buff up those other cats, which is going to make the lifelink, you know, far more effective. But even better, if that's not enough, you know, it's going to create 2 1/1 white cat creature tokens also with lifelink, and then they're going to get +1/+1. So you're really creating, you know, 2 2/2s. So for 3, 4, 5 mana, you're getting 3/3 on the board. And then you're getting, you know, 2 2/2s. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power and toughness for 5, and they have lifelink. Wow. So that's a strong thing that you want to have in your deck. So this is what's really going to elevate everything. So you want to run, you know, 3 or 4 of these in your deck. It's going to cost it's going to be a little steep to get it out, but if you have your other cats, you know, the embalming cats or some other, you know, things to stay on there, get that lifelink, stay alive, this is going to be able to help you finish your opponent. Okay, finally, the other thing to look at is from Aether Revolt, and that's Metallic Mimic, because what this is going to be able to do in Standard is that you can choose this creature type, which is obviously going to be cats, so then you have a 2/1 cat for 2, and other creatures you control of the chosen type enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. So if you can play this, then all of a sudden your Sacred Cat, which is a 1/1, becomes a 2/2 and it comes into play. You have the other cat, the tribal cat thing. I mean, things can get out of control really quickly. So it's not quite Merfolk, but you know, it has the potential to get, you know, build aggressively very quickly. And who knows what other cat tools we will get into you know, in these other